everyone, I hope you're all doing well and taking care, and welcome to this brand new Doctor Who video on the channel. So for today's video I thought I would talk about the 7-day viewing figures for the Star Beast, because within the Doctor Who fandom there is a lot of interest for the Doctor Who viewing figures, and I thought because the 7-day viewing figures, they haven't been officially announced yet. However, someone who has knowledge of that has shared them a bit early on Gallifrey Base. These could change for the final official figures. However, the person in question said it's very unlikely, so I'm just going to take this as being true because it's not going to be far away from this figure anyway. But yeah, I thought I would just do a quick video on this because, like I said, there's a lot of interest within the Doctor Who fandom for viewing figures, and I thought I would just do a quick video giving my breakdown on what this figure could actually mean for the future of Doctor Who. So for the 7 days figure, Doctor Who the Star Beast is estimated to gain around 7.4 to 7.6 million viewers. That's throughout the whole week from both BBC One and also BBC iPlayer as well. So the biggest question from this is about Doctor Who being mainstream, and does this figure mean that Doctor Who is now breaking into the mainstream once again? And that is a really hard question to answer, because what is mainstream? There's no kind of benchmark out there for what mainstream TV programs actually look like. However, for context, this figure so far makes Doctor Who the third biggest drama of the year. The only shows that are above Doctor Who that are dramas are Happy Valley and also Death in Paradise. That's it. There is no other drama in the UK this year that has got a higher figure than what Doctor Who has got so far for the Star Beast. And that also includes streaming services, because streaming services are now registered with the UK viewing figures data company called Barb. And yeah, there's no shows on streaming that have reached higher than Doctor Who as well. And when you look at TV in general, Doctor Who at the moment is the 12th biggest show overall from the whole media TV landscape. And I would take that as answering the question as yes. I would say the answer is yes, Doctor Who is mainstream at the moment, because being the 12th overall show, the third biggest drama of the year, surely that's a good thing. Surely that means that Doctor Who has broken into that mainstream barrier once again. Again, it's a hard question to answer, because what exactly is mainstream? We don't have any kind of benchmark for what that number is. But giving you this information from what I just said, the third biggest drama of the year, and also the 12th biggest show overall from the whole media landscape, again, including streaming services, I would say that is a very good signal that yes, with Doctor Who the Star Beast, Doctor Who has broken into that mainstream barrier, which is a good thing. Obviously, we need to wait for the next 2 weeks to see how that retention goes, but hopefully they can keep in the 7 million range for the free specials, or at least not go below 6 million. That's where they really need to target. Hopefully they will all stay in that 7 million range overall. Saying all of that though, is this figure absolutely perfect? And the answer would be no. I would have loved the show to have got more viewers. I know if you compare it to David Tennant's final episode, The End of Time Part 2, that got around 13 million viewers, which is obviously much more than 7.5 million viewers. But at the same time, it's important to remember media landscapes have changed. Back in the 2000s, streaming services weren't really a thing yet. They were only kind of starting out. They themselves were not mainstream yet. But now it's much different. Streaming services, there's so much choice. They are absolutely everywhere. There's also stuff like YouTube as well, which means that viewers just have a lot more to choose from. For myself, for example, and a lot of my friends are the exact same, apart from Doctor Who, I don't really watch traditional TV that much at all, including the BBC. I mostly just watch the BBC for Doctor Who and a few other stuff throughout the year, but most of the time it is just watching Doctor Who on BBC iPlayer or BBC One when it's on live. And it's the same across the board. I don't really watch much traditional TV at all. I'm mostly either watching stuff on streaming services like Netflix, Amazon Prime, or just videos on YouTube, because like I said, there's just so much more choice out there, and a lot of my friends are the exact same. Hardly any of them watch the BBC at all anymore. They're mostly all on streaming services or YouTube or that sort of stuff. So it is important to remember that. But of course, I would have loved to have seen Doctor Who get more viewers. Of course I would have. It would have been great to see the show even get more people on board. But it is what it is, and again, going back to that original question about being mainstream, I think that is the most important thing here, is Doctor Who getting back to a place where it feels like Doctor Who's popularity is back to a really high. And I would say again, with the statistics I said earlier, this is a very good start, and I'm just hoping that retention really stays high for the next two specials. If I'm honest, I think at the end of the day, both camps will be happy here. If you're someone that is like myself and want the new era of Doctor Who to be a success because you love the show and you want to see the show do well, then you're going to be happy with this figure, because it does look like at the moment Doctor Who is entering into that mainstream area, which is good to see. But at the same time, if you're someone who doesn't want the new Doctor Who to do well, if you want Doctor Who to fail and to be cancelled, then you're probably also going to be happy with this figure, because you're going to claim that it's not good enough, it's not what the original David Tennant era got, especially for its specials, although a lot of episodes in the RTD1 era got 7 million viewers, but when you compare it to the actual specials, they did get higher, I'm not denying that. So I feel like both camps are going to be happy here, and I think it's just going to depend on the future. This is just the first viewing figure data for the Starbase. We need to see how Wildly Yonder and then of course the Giggle performs. Hopefully they stay the 7 million range. That I feel that's a target, not any lower than 6 million. I can't see it going below the 6 million, to be honest. We'll just have to wait and see what happens though. But then even more importantly, we're going to have to wait for Series 14, because that is the future. David Tennant's only the Doctor for these 3 specials, and then he's out, and then it's up to Ncuti Gatwa. So we will just have to wait and see. But what I would say personally, this is just my own opinion, but I would say this is a good sign that Doctor Who's popularity is growing and it's heading in the right direction. And as I always say, we will just have to wait and see what happens. But personally, I don't agree with all the doom and gloom that this means Doctor Who should be cancelled or anything like that. If we did look at it like that, that would mean a lot of TV shows, especially everything on streaming pretty much, would have to be cancelled, because none of that gets higher than what Doctor Who has got this week. So yeah, that's my kind of opinion. But give me your own thoughts in the comments below. What did you think of the Doctor Who viewing figures for the Starbase? Were you impressed? Were you not? Let me know why. And if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, it helps me out. And of course, subscribe for more Doctor Who videos coming very soon. And I will see you all next time. Bye for now.